Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Elizabeth and this is The Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that love stationery and planning and doing things creatively. And if that sounds like your kind of people, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Today we are in my Archer and Olive A5. This was the self-care journal. You guys, I'm obsessed. And I feel like every time I film this journal, I just have to touch it because it feels so good. But it is an A5 dot grid journal in a really pretty peacock color from the self-care box this year. And I have been using it for creative listing. So whenever you see this, either in a thumbnail or, you just open up the video and you see this first, we're going to be doing just some fun creative journaling, which I've kind of transitioned into doing creative listing. So if you are just unsure where to start with your journaling journey and you want to do something creative on paper regularly, or you have a bunch of Archer and Olive journals and you just don't know what to do with them and you're afraid of messing them up, please use your notebooks. If you're spending your money on them, then use them. Okay, so listing is a great way to just crack open a notebook and get something down. So we're going to do a creative list today, and that is my hopes for my 42nd year of life. I did share a setup of, what did I do? Where is it? I did my 41 year or year 41 reflections. And so now we're going to do kind of my hopes for my 42nd year of life. And we're going to be using a bunch of different things today. I'm hoping I can do this kind of quickly and efficiently because I do have some other things I need to work on today. But I want to set up these pages using Cocoa Daisy. We're going to use Cocoa Daisy elements. The August kit, the Flutterby kit, we'll use some journaling kit elements. And then I kind of want to have a massive 42 on this page. And I have Lael by Mail stamps. This is the List Builder Christine numbers in large. There's a solid set and a lined set. Now, I will have a Lael by Mail video coming up probably in the next week or so. It's going to be a massive Lael by Mail haul, and it might include, hint, hint, a giveaway. Lael was so sweet. We've been chatting, and she sent me a bunch of stamps to play with, and so I'm going to show them all swatched out. I'll give you a discount code, and then we will, talk about a giveaway. But this was one of the stamp sets that was in the box that she sent me. And I just love how big these numbers are, and that you have two options. If you want to do a solid color, like a lighter color, and then you want to line it, you can line it with the other set. So I need to figure out if I want to just do, I kind of think I want to do solid. And there's really no more than 10 things I want to write down for my hopes. What's great about the listing is, and I should probably multitask, right? What's great about listing is if you are not good with writing, if you have arthritis, or for me, I have post-pregnancy carpal tunnel, pregnancy-induced carpal tunnel, my hands cramp up if I do too much writing. And listing has become a great way to do memory keeping and reflecting without feeling like I have to write complete sentences. So being able to just write one sentence or even a word on a list has been so much easier for me. So I think I want to have one page be for my list, what I hope for year 42, and then the other just be decorative, but it all be kind of cohesive. And so that's what we're going to do. So for this side, I want to use this journaling card that's in the August journaling kit, Cocoa Daisy kit. I like the prompts. They're very helpful, but 9 times out of 10, I'm more interested in the design on this page on the other side. And so what we're going to do is, and I think this is really a nice sentiment for my next year of life. There's beauty in things that grow wild and unplanned. In a world where I try to control so many different things, I like this reminder that there's beauty in not filling up my schedule and not having everything figured out. And I mean, ultimately, let's just go for it. I believe that God is in control of my life, and I trust him. And if I'm going to trust him, then that means obviously I can be prepared and have wisdom with how I make decisions for me and my family. But, you know, I don't need to worry. You know, I don't need to worry. I don't need to, just get lost in the details. And so I think this is a very pretty sentiment. Now, do I want to rip? I love a raw edge. I just think it looks really nice. So let me see. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Do I want to rip the top and bottom? And do we want to lay down, like, buff in some ink today? I know I just said I wanted to keep things relatively simple. I could just do like a 42 with this journaling card. Now, what's cool about the Flutterby collection, the August collection from Coco Daisy, is there were some fun elements. Like the creative kit had a stencil, and I've got some like butterfly stamps as well. I've got some rub-on transfers and stickers here as well. I mean, even this sentiment, deep breath, take a break and enjoy the moment, live simply and be grateful. I mean, those are sentiments that are very good for thinking about my next year of life. So let's just do one decorative side and then one list side. And do we want to go with black? I mean, I think black is nice. Let's go ahead and go with black. And we'll just lay the foundation with the 42. This is a Lael by Mail pencil board. I've talked about this a million times, but get one of these. It's an acrylic block that is, you know, thinner than a stamping block, but thicker than a pencil board, like if you're a Hobonichi user. And the idea is that it gives you a nice firm surface for stamping on paper, especially if you are working in a bound planner like this. I am an affiliate for Lael by Mail. I did purchase the pencil board on my own, but then I stand by it. But Joyful10 is the discount code for Lael by Mail. So if you decide to ever pick anything up from Lael by Mail, you can use Joyful10 to save some moolah. And for sure, if you're going to place an order, 10 out of 10, the pencil board is an essential, especially if you are starting your stamping journey, because it does make things so much easier. Now, I need to find an acrylic block that's going to accommodate a number that is super large. So I'm going to go in here. This is a Maple and Lark Bliss bin, where I'm currently housing my smaller Dewdrop ink pads and some acrylic blocks. And this guy looks pretty big. Yep, that's gonna be just fine. As much as you can, match your stamp size to your acrylic block. You're just gonna get better control that way. So, do we want to do black? I know black seems really harsh, but I don't know. Something feels kind of right about it. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a nice bold black black stamp, and then maybe we'll just frame it out with some ink and a couple of stickers and call it good. Now what I typically do is, I mean, I could go across the page, 42, and then do I do like hopes? 42 hopes. I could do year 42. Ooh, why don't we, hold on. We're pivoting. We're going to split the 4 and the 2. Year 42 hopes. Because year is 4 words and hopes, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, is 5. But I still think that's going to be a nice match. Now, this is going to be kind of tricky because the pencil board ends here. So let's hope that it doesn't look too bad. The other thing I grabbed was this printed heron line stamp block. And I thought this would be a nice way to like create my different sections without having to draw lines like I did last time. We'll see. One thing at a time. I'm getting a little too worked up. So we're going to do year 42, and the August collection Cocoa Daisy collection, the stamp subscription, if I can find them, included alphas. And we will use the alphas from the August kits, the August subscription, excuse me, for the other words. So we're going to do 4. Woo! She is thick. And I like it though. I always kind of start to second guess myself when I go with black because it is so aggressive, but I never end up regretting it because I feel like colors just look so much prettier when they are enhanced by black. Black makes colors pop, so don't be afraid to use black. So let's get our 2 down. I still want to use that piece of paper that I ripped up. This is such a big... Oh, ink I'm using. My black ink. My default black ink is always this one, the VersaFine from Sukineku. Big fan of that one. All right, I'm gonna have to bring the ink to the this guy. Okay. As I get ink all over myself. All right, hopefully I did that all right. Oh, I didn't put oh boy. I didn't put the pencil board down, so I don't have a flat surface. So I'm wedging my fingers underneath. Oh, made a little bit of a mess. Don't worry. It'll end up looking fine if you make a mess. If you have smudges of black on your paper, it's funny. I'm kind of a perfectionist. Like I really value balance when I do spreads, but stuff like this, like the smudges, I've learned to just like let go of. And I'm a perfectionist, like creatively, if that makes sense. But the details, like the ink smudges, I've learned to just be cool with it. And it's just part of, like, I made that, you know, that's just part of the story. So I will forever be reminded when I open this page that it's hard to stamp really close to binding, especially if you don't use a pencil board underneath it. So always remember to move your pencil board over. Okay, so we have our 42. We're just laying the foundation first, then we will get to the decorative part. So this is the stamp subscription, the Flutterby stamp subscription for August. And if you haven't seen my unboxing video of all the kits that Cocoa Daisy has sent me, I am a member of their creative team, and so I do get products early to share with you guys. I will leave the link in the description box to the video that shows all of the kits that I have for the month. But this is the stamp subscription. And so we're going to spell out year. And I think I'm going to cut a corner here, keep my pencil board, and use my Archer and Olive block, which is longer. And we're going to use, what do we need? We need to spell out year. So remember, when you're adding things to an acrylic block, you do it in reverse. So, because it's mirroring it, right? Y, E, now with the previous thing I did with the reflections on year 41, I did a bunch of other extra little stamps. Not going to do that with this one. That's what's cool about creative listing. Turn the page, do something completely different. They do not have to match. Each page can be its own unique thing. Okay, so year. And I'm going to get it nice and tight up against the 42 because I think that'll look nice and it'll give me room for activities all the way around. All right, so pencil board is good. Take my ink pad, bring it to the letters. And by now I've also already done unboxings of the September Cocoa Daisy kit. I guess I can leave that in the description box as well. I also have a playlist for Cocoa Daisy, by the way. I need to make sure it's updated, but if you're looking for Cocoa Daisy stuff, I should start one for a Leo by Mail playlist as well, if that would be helpful. But the September chapters of September theme for Cocoa Daisy is so pretty, and the stamp subscription is like the partner to the August stamp. So for August you get the alphas, and then for September you get days of the week and numbers, smaller numbers, and it's a really nice duo. So definitely consider, if you're getting into more creative stuff, my go-tos are Leo by Mail and Cocoa Daisy, because the quality of their stuff is just on point. And they have discount codes, which I always think is nice. Joyful 10 at Cocoa Daisy for me, and Joyful 10 at Leo by Mail. So we have year 42, and then I wanted to do the word hopes. So let's spell this now in reverse. Actually, I want to make sure I don't run into the spine. So give ourselves some more room here. Just like that. Sitting up, standing up. And if you can hear some clicking, my husband's working from home today. So he's got headphones on, so he can't hear me. It's always funny when he can hear me, because I just know, like, he's thinking stuff, you know? He's thinking stuff about what I'm saying. But we've never gone back in the house, and he's been like, why did you say that, babe? He never does that. I have a very supportive and encouraging husband, which I really appreciate. And he actually, like, understands for the most part when I tell him, like, oh, this happened today, or oh, I posted this in my stories about blah, blah, blah. 9 times out of 10, he actually knows what I'm talking about. Like, he's tracking me, and it's very, very nice to have someone in my life that supports what I do, which effectively is providing entertainment and inspiration on paper with, like, paper play. I mean, it's kind of an interesting niche, but he gets it, so I love that. Oh, pencil board. Pencil board. Makes a huge difference. Okay, I want to make sure my words are lined up. Nice sturdy press. So good. Love it. Now, I'm not going to have time to write in this today, but I always say, if you're not following me over on Instagram and you're on Instagram, follow me over there at The Joyful Sojourn. You guys get to see my face more because I check in periodically in my stories just to share life and to talk about stationery and things coming out and things I'm loving. And then in my feed, either with a reel or a post, I do share these spreads, what the final product looks like. If it's not too personal of a writing situation, I do share after the pens for my creative listing journal. So you guys will get to see the final, the written in part when it is done. Okay, so our foundation is good. So we used the Cocoa Daisy Alphas in the August Flutterby collection. We used Lail by Mail, these giant numbers, which they look huge on the plastic, but I don't feel like this is too big. This is an A5 journal, so you can get a good sense for sizing here. I think it's fabulous. So again, this is the List Builder Christine Numbers Large. And I don't think I knew how large they were. Like, I was looking at her website and shopping around, and I love a big number. These are the biggest numbers I have, I think, in my collection. They're huge. I think I was expecting maybe the thing would be like a 5x7, and it's not. This is a 6x9. No, that can't be right. In any case, they're big numbers. If you're looking for big numbers, Lail by Mail. I will leave links for everything in the description box. Hopefully I can remember. If I ever miss something, like I show something, please feel comfortable leaving me a comment and asking me. I'm happy to backtrack and figure out what I did. Okay, so now we need to set up, I guess, the structure and then, of course, decorative stuff. Now, I'm really wanting to frame this out. Did I frame out this one? No, but I want to frame out this one. Something about this bold headline here makes me feel like we need to hold it in. So I'm going to grab my favorite acrylic stencil. This is a B5 stencil from Archer and Olive. They've gone through several iterations over the years of stencils like this. This guy, though, is my favorite. It's the newest version. They have a B5 or A5 size as well, but the B5 fits really nicely in the A5. So I should check and see if this is in stock, actually, because I don't like showing stuff if you can't get it. The other option I can use, actually, if you're looking for a long... Here, let's do this one. This is a Lail by Mail. This I know you can get on the Lail by Mail website, and it's still available. But I love big things. I love big rulers like this because I can kind of flatten over I can go over the spine. I feel like I have more control because there's more to hold onto. So we're going to use this, and I'm going to use black. And this black, what is this? I don't know, just a random. Oh, this is the Ohuhu fine line pen. Fine line drawing pen in the 1.0. Just so we have a nice bold line here. Oh, geez. Let's go all the way down. Just realized my pencil board is under here and I hit it. So let's do that. And I'm just connecting the dots, the last or the like top and end dots. And I think I'm going to go all the way across. I'm not going to, sometimes I like close in each page, but this is really a 2-pager. So I don't want to write too much though. Did I already say that? I don't want to write too much in this spread. So I am going to like fill this in pretty good. I don't know what it is about closing up the Archer and Olive. I guess I do it in other things too, but I do love when they're closed in, when the pages are closed in. Just looks really clean to me. I've been closing in the boxes in the Laurel Denise softbound planner too, though, so I can't say it's a Archer and Olive problem so much as my preference problem. Can you guys see the difference that adding closing in these lines makes? Didn't that kind of already look like a thing just because it's all closed? Now, do I want to go all the way across? I don't think so. Because I'm going to hit a bump. As she says, I don't think so. She goes ahead and does it. See, the problem now is I didn't do them together, so they're gonna be wonky. I'm gonna leave it just like this. It might bother me, but that's fine. Okay, so now I said, let me just kind of talk through the things that I know I hope for in 42. And I know some people are like, oh, well, don't hope for it. Like, do it. I get it, but I like to use soft language, okay? Because I want to be firm with myself to see these things through, but I want to be grace-filled if something happens. I want to be able to be okay if things go unplanned. So for my hopes, let's just do a count because I want to figure out how much space I need. I have got to lose weight. So losing weight is a big one. I'd like to increase my fitness, so my activeness. Now, those are not the same to me. Losing weight is just a number on a scale. And fitness means actually like increasing my physical activity. They work hand in hand, right? If I increase my physical activity, I will lose weight. But some people lose weight and don't increase their physical fitness. So I want to list those separately. I want Esther to get more active and be involved in more things. She is at daycare and she's an active child, but she's getting to an age where we can actually sign her up for like things, you know, like gymnastics and swim. So I want to get Esther active in my 42nd year. I know that that's my child. It's not me per se, but that's something that I want to pursue this year. I want a tidier and cleaner home. I need to make that a priority. I need to secure just more consistent income somehow. Obviously, like I quit my full-time job outside the home in higher education after 20 years to have more time with Esther and then to also pursue what the Joyful Sojourn has been doing, like what I've been doing on these platforms, working with companies and stuff. So if there's a way to just get to a point where I can rely on a specific amount every month, that would be great. I want to grow my friendships in person. My husband and I really want to just finally become like church members at our church. Like go through the partnership class, and I want to like just grow in connection with the small group that we started attending in January. So those are like 8 things so far. So I know I have 8. Do I go up to 10? And how are these going to work? This might be harder. So I was thinking I would just stamp this. Although technically I could do 8. That might be kind of hard. I think I don't want to use this. I think I'd rather draw the lines because it's going to be more forgiving. That was what was so nice about drawing the lines here, is I could stamp and then just draw lines around it. So that's what we're going to do. Let's lay some decorative elements down. I think that's going to be the next important thing. And then we will fill in and make sure we have like 8 sections minimum. So I have the creative kit and these guys, how to incorporate. Let me think about this for a second. And then I had this one that I could rip this down a little bit more. I'm going to do it. We're going to rip it a lot more, actually. Because I'm using mostly stamps and pens and stuff like that in this journal, I don't mind adding an occasional cardstock. Even though it's bulky, I haven't been adding tons of bulk to this, so I've got some room to add some cardstock to occasional spreads. Now, I know I'm ripping off the design or a good portion of it, but we will see more of it. It'll all connect soon. So what if we put like this here, and then I kind of want to use from the creative kit. I sampled this in my unboxing video for the Flutterby, and it was very pretty. Sorry guys, packaging. So I could kind of add like a couple butterflies with this guy. Because here's the thing, with my 42 hopes, my 8 things, I could literally just put lose weight, increase my physical fitness. I don't need full sentences. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We are gonna move forward with these. We are going to use this. I wish this had a little bit of a frame to it. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab this guy. And I'm gonna take a Tombow, just a black ink pen, and I'm just gonna scrape it or like rub it up against the edge of the paper. And it's not really impacting negatively the rip. All it's doing is adding ink to the edge, that raw edge, so it creates like a little frame. Now, I don't want to stick this on the paper yet because it's not dry yet. So let me just show you the difference here. Can you guys see that? See how that like framed it out? So when that goes down, it will have its own little border. So I'm gonna set this aside just to let that ink dry. And we need to pick colors for my butterfly and stencil situation. And I do want them to be kind of in alignment with these, because that is what's part of the little quote that we just penned out. So I've got some inks here. Let's grab my swatch book. We're gonna have to move this over for a second. Hope you guys are having fun playing with me today. This is my swatch book. This is a B5 Archer and Olive notebook that has stamp swatches, stencil swatches, and at the front, I have ink swatches. And I used a stencil to do these splatters, if you're wondering. Now, this has been so clutch for me because I could take my inks and like test them out on a piece of paper every time I'm trying to find a color. Or I can just open up my swatch book, grab this guy, and figure out what colors are going to be nice. Now, I want these to be in a butterfly. So maybe like 3 colors would be pretty. A pink, a purple, and a yellow. Would that be good? I think the aloe vera looks like a nice color as well. So let's just grab all potential colors and maybe we do different butterflies. So aloe vera looks like it could be good. I think I like, okay, see this. I think I like pink petunia. It's a little dirtier, although pixie dust might be closer. I think pixie dust is going to be a nice option. And then for the purple, definitely going to be, ooh, spring pansy. Not normally like a pink and purple person. I wonder if I have a another green. Oh, look at that yellow thatched straw. Very pretty. Let's grab thatched straw. Where you be, thatched straw? Well, we can't use thatched straw if I can't find it. Oh, that's a bummer, because I actually think that color is quite pretty. Wait. Yes. Thatched straw. I think those look good to me. Let's start with these guys for now. And I'm going to show you guys how we use the stencil and stamp combo. Shall we? And maybe we do like 3 butterflies just so we can play with the color a little bit more. And it'll help fill things in. Okay. We ready? This is where things get interesting. So, I want this guy. Oh, wait. I want to make sure I account for this being here. So I think we could do a butterfly here. Probably do another one here. So I have a little bit of writing space here. And then I like odd numbers, so 3 or 5 is going to be my magic number. I could do one here, like that shape. Or I just break my rule and do 4. Let's do 4. Okay. Let's grab some. Oh, you guys, you know what I wasn't able to show in that video, the Cocoa Daisy unboxing video, was the washi tape. Let me show that to you right now. The washi tape wasn't in stock when they sent out their collections to the, we might want to use this, to the creative team members. So it was shipped separately. And this is the washi tape across multiple kits. And I don't remember which is which, but let me just show you how pretty this is. Especially the 3rd one, which is my favorite. Oh, and then this one I think was also. Yeah, we might need to use some washi. These ones, these final 2, look at this. This is like splatter. I'll lift this up in a second. Love. And then this one, I have to lay it down twice. It is like ombre. Okay, so I didn't have a chance to show you guys these, but I can show you now. Look how pretty. It's like rainbow colors. But see how that's like ink splatter? Love. If I can remember or find out which washis are in which August kit, I will let you guys know. So the reason I was thinking about washi just a second ago was because we're going to use washi to hold down the stencil. Okay. And so I was looking over, I'm like, oh yeah, I have this. Honestly, like this guy, could easily be so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm getting sidetracked. This is what happens when I'm playing. Wow, that actually added a lot. We're doing it. We are going to, I'm slightly indenting it because I like the ridge of white between the black. I don't know what it is, but I think that's really pretty, you guys. I like it. I keep getting distracted. We will, trust me, we will get to the stencils. But how fun is that? Big fan here. I'm glad they sent this to me, even though I had already filmed my unboxing video, because now we can see it. And whenever there are leftovers from kits, they do post them or do put them in the on the website. So even if you already have your kit coming, sorry, that's my dog. Even if you already have your kits coming, if there's leftover washi, you can buy them on the website. That's where that Joyful 10 discount code will come in handy. Okay, love it. Absolutely love it. It just kind of, see how that kind of pulled it all together? This washi is probably my favorite of all of them, but do I want to change out the bottom one to be like intense? Kind of. Look, okay, I need to back up. I wish I hadn't seen the washi because now I'm distracted by washi. Okay, so let's get back to the stencil component. Okay, also, in case somebody asks, this is a slice cutting tool. It's the precision cutter. It's like a pen, but it has a ceramic blade, which makes for really nice control. And it's typically where I like do fine cutting along spines. So I want to make sure I mention that in case somebody asks me. Okay, so stenciling. We're getting to the stenciling. So what you're going to want to do is lay your ink down first and then stamp on top of it. So figure out where you want your butterfly to be. And I am thinking strategically about spacing for the for writing space. So what I'm going to do is put this guy down here in the corner, and I'm going to grab a dauber, which you will see what that is in a second. Find them. Here we go. Little dauber. This is just a little spongy tool. Stick your finger in it, rub a little ink on it. Very simple. You can get these. They're like a dime a dozen. Very easy to find. I think I got these on Amazon. And I think we should do like a citrusy one and a pink and purple one. So maybe we like combine these colors, like that one and that one, or we do 3 tones. I don't know. Let's start with 2 toned. Now we have green and purple here, so I'm going to do a yellow on the outside and maybe green on the inside. So y'all ready? Gonna grab some ink, and I need you always want to have like a little dabbing piece of paper to get the excess off. Hold on. Why am I always struggling to find paper when my desk is covered with paper? Let's use this. So I'm just kind of taking off some of the immediate ink, and all I'm going to do is, I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see it. Just going to dab on the outside of the wings. Like that. Okay. So we used yellow for this one. Let me grab another one. Lael by Mail has a sponge setup situation, like organization system for like once you've used one, you can, I think the style that she has is like this where they're removable. I need to ask her about them and see if she would send over a sample so I can try it. But they're like this where they're removable, and you can store the top part and keep it for just using with that color. And then you have the handle that is interchangeable. So I might have to go to her website and pick that up. But it's a very compelling idea, so that you're not mixing and matching. I don't typically care about mixing and matching. Like, that stuff doesn't bother me, but I might get to a place creatively where I'm like, every color needs its own sponge. All right. And I'm just buffing out the green into the yellow like that. And I think I want a little bit more yellow to buff back into the green. Can you guys see what we're doing? Ah, it's gonna be so pretty. Okay, so we did that one and lift it up. You can see what it looks like. I'm going to wipe off the ink. Make sure it's not on the back either. And I'm gonna do another one right here. And let's change the colors. I'm gonna keep those inks active in case we want to use them again. Make sure I'm still in the frame for you guys. Yep, we're good. So now we're gonna do a pink and purple. And I don't know why, but I keep thinking the darker color needs to be on the inside. So I'm going to do pink. Uh-oh, that's different. Is that mold? I've never seen, but it's like blue. I wonder if I cross-contaminated at some point. Someone will have to tell me if you're an ink expert. Did I get some other color on there, or are these giving out on me? I hope not. Okay, what did I say? Oh, pink on the outside, so I'm just buffing on pink. On the outside. And I've never seen that before. Very interesting. And we're gonna take, so that was pixie dust. And now I'm gonna buff on, whoop. Keep that steady. I'm gonna buff on, what was this one? Spring Pansy in the middle. Fun. Look how pretty. And it's really simple. I have long avoided, like when I'm looking at craft stuff, I've avoided the stencil and stamp combo because it's been so, I'm intimidated by it. It just seemed like it was like, oh, so much work. And once you, especially with these starter ones from Cocoa Daisy, where it's a really simple stencil, there's only, you know, one stencil and one stamp, it gets less scary, guys. And so I hope that seeing me do this encourages you to, let me just pull this out for a second so you can see, look at that. See how pretty that is? Just wait till we add the black. It's gonna be so great. But I hope this encourages you to take a leap outside your comfort zone and do this with me. Now, this was confusing for me too when I was first modeling it, but I think it was like this, just like that. So we want our butterfly to be there. So let's grab, I need another piece of washi. Where did I put it? Just use this different one. So lay your washi down to hold down your stencil. Let's repeat the yellow and green. And this is going to be a little bit trickier because technically the top of the wing is in two different places. So I'm just trying to kind of keep it focused like that. Go a little bit lower there. And then we'll grab our green, dab it in your dauber, dab it off, and hopefully that didn't move. I don't know why it looks like it's in a different spot. And then try to focus that guy on the bottom of the stencil. Just like that. Okay. I feel like that one moved. Oh no, it looks pretty good. Pretty good. And then we're gonna do one more, maybe. I don't know. I might feel a little sassy and change things up again. So we're gonna go up here, and then I will zoom the guy back out when we're ready to stamp. So I'm cleaning off my stencil. Wipe it off, just make sure there's no ink on it. And we're gonna go back to this guy And, okay, actually I'm gonna pull this back out because I wanna show you something. From a balance perspective, I have a green and yellow guy going this way. Then I have a pink one going that way. And I have a yellow and green one going this way. Now, I'm going to have this one be pink and purple, but I don't want it to look so similar to the angle of this one. I do want it going this way because we went da, da, da. And then for me, the next direction is this way. This is stuff that you don't have to care about, but I try to explain to you guys why I put things the way that I do because it is on purpose. So while I want this guy to be going this way, I don't want it to be like parallel to that. So it does make me want to make sure that these guys are going in different directions. So instead of focusing on all of them following the same path, like do, 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 I'm going to focus more on the colors being opposite. So if the pink is going this way, the other pink is going to go this way. That's my logic. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody, but it's just how I like to do it. And hopefully when I share like random pieces of information like that, it maybe helps you as you're thinking about like, where do I put this? How do I keep this balanced? My eye just wants to see the colors going in opposite directions. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to layer that guy. I think we should probably put a little bit more here. Okay, so now let's zoom back in. Right there. And we're going to do the pink and purple. Again, I'm going to do the light color first. The pink being the Versamagic in Pixie Dust. Dab it off. And we're going to do the lighter color on the tips of the wings. Tips of the wings. And then Spring Pansy goes on the inside. Dab it off, and I'm just buffing from the center and moving out. Buffing from the center and moving out. Really pretty. It's like a unicorn butterfly. Love, 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 love. It's so funny. I think like 2 years ago, I made this like blanket statement about not being a butterfly person. I think because when I like see stuff at the store, I'm like, oh, you know, I don't think, oh, butterflies. I love butterflies. So in theory, I'm not really a butterfly enthusiast. You know, people collect butterfly things. That's not me at all. But I have seen so many beautiful butterfly things in paper play, paper crafting, that kind of my mind is now more open to butterfly things more than it used to be. I'm going to move these sponges out of the way. Pretty sure I'm done with them, but just in case I'm not, we'll leave them there. Okay, so now we are going to take our stamp. And we need our pencil board. This is where the magic happens, you guys. Get your pencil block, or yeah, pencil board, excuse me, your stamp. And this is a lined butterfly. So wherever there isn't a line, you're gonna be able to see right through it. I'm gonna zoom in for these two guys. This is the best part. Where's my ink? Grab my black ink. Ink up my butterfly. This is so fun. I gotta say, like, I have found so much joy in really using the things that I have, using my Archer and Olive notebooks, using the stamps that I keep buying. And I just really, can we just stop for a second? You guys, I could have done a little bit more green, but look at that. The black stamp is really, really forgiving if you feel like you made a mistake with the color underneath, with the buffing of the color, because the black really, it covers, it covers up things. So that's so pretty. You guys ready for the pink and purple? So I just have really, and I don't think I would have had as much capacity for this kind of creative play when I was still in my career. Now this stamp was off, okay? I stamped it a little off, but see how forgiving it is? Like even the white adds a nice highlight. So if you don't perfectly stamp on top of the color, it honestly does not matter. It still looks lovely. Let's go back over here. That one's near perfect. Wow. Love it. Love it. And now the one that doesn't look like much with the ink. But watch how this one comes to life. Put this guy back on. Cling your stamp on there. Ink it up. Oh my gosh, did I do it in reverse? Wait a second. Wait, did I? Oh no. You guys, I think I did it. There's no way I did it upside down. Hold on. Well, I definitely am going to run out of room. I did it in reverse. Bad example. Okay, so we want it to be like this. How am I going to fix it? Hold on. Am I confusing myself again? Yeah. When I was looking at it, I did it in reverse. Well, guys. Oh my gosh, this is no good because there really is not a way to do this proper. I can't believe I did that. Why did I do it upside down? It needs to be this way. I need a minute. And I don't edit my videos on purpose because I want you guys to see my mistakes. I have to go this way. So this is where it's really important to remember that your stamps are mirrored. I want it to go this way, but this butterfly needs to go this way. So this is what we're going to do, friends. We are going to redo this, and I'm going to try and cover as much of this as possible. And we're still going to have some, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to take the yellow. Ooh. green. It's a smudgy mess, but we're gonna do it. Oh, it dried in the meantime. Oh, perfect. But I actually feel good about this fix. The black is going to be very forgiving. And we do have some extra ink, right? But that's not bad. It's not bad. I can live with that. I can live with the overflow. And frankly, check this out. This is what we're going to do. Before I say it, y'all know what I'm going to do. Anybody? Leave a comment before I start doing it. Any ideas? Cannot pick the stencil up. Ugh, okay. Let me clean this off. I was going to use this to add like splatter in the other colors around this thing, but that actually gets me excited to use an actual stencil or a stamp to add splatter. So we are going to add splatter to mimic this elsewhere on the page. It's going to add so much life and color, and it's going to be very pretty. And the cool thing about adding splatter is you can write over it. So I'm not going to lose any writing real estate by adding splatter. So that's what we're going to do. And how did I can't believe I did that. Because even, like, what am I missing here? Oh, I think that's what I did. I think that stamp was upside down from the last time I used it. So make sure when you have stamps, okay, let me just show you this. You're going to have 2 pieces of acetate, okay? One is going to be blank. It's just a piece of acetate. The other is going to have a printout of what the image is. Make sure that the part of the stamp that has that you're actually going to ink, make sure that is facing the image, okay? Because it's showing you when you lay it down, it will look like that, okay? So the actual cut part of the stamp goes facing the image, okay? And then the piece of plastic that's blank touches the flat part, okay? And you're good to go. Hey, Elizabeth. Okay, let's add some splatter because I need it in my life. One of my favorite things to do in decorative planning, creative journaling is adding splatter because it just adds like so much fun without losing writing space. Did I already say that? I think I did. I need more splatter stamps in my life. I also need to not lose the one I always use. The other thing I can do is a stencil. But the stencil is going to be a little bit more dense or like splats. This is from Oopsie-daisy. I don't think I want to do a stencil. I think I want an actual splatter stamp. So give me just a moment, please. I really love my wintertime craft stamp set. I use it all the time. So much so though that it's never where I need it to be when I need it. Found it. I need to like keep this on my desk. That's how much I use it. Okay, now, sorry about that. We wasted too much time doing that. So Wintry Time at Crafts is where I got this. She has a website, but she also sells her stamps on Amazon. So lots of different, look, I don't even keep them in the right spot on here. I've used these so many times. And we're just going to add some sprays and splatter. We're going to go through the different colors. And I'm just going to like do it, you know? Okay, so we've got some, look, let's even do another one right there. So I'm just changing out the position. This little acrylic block I got from, you guessed it, Leo by Mail. Love it because it gives you something to hold on to for these smaller cling stamps. So we did a little bit of lime. Should just peel this off. Let's do this other little guy with some yellow. There, 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 there. There's no rhyme or reason to this, guys. I'm just doing what feels good. All right, so we did a little bit of yellow. And let's do some bigger ones. So here's a bigger splat. So we're going to change it to the bigger block. I'm going to do Spring Pansy. Ink it up. And I think I want more purple over here. No, here. Looking, feeling like we need something there. See how like we've totally forgotten at this point that this was fixing a mistake, and it just looks really cute. Y'all see what I'm doing here? That there. And again, you can just write right over it and it'll still look good. So we did a little, I really like the finer splats and sprays, but let's use this longer one that's like a bunch of dots. So for this, I'm going to go back to my longer block and let's do pink. Ink it up. I think this stamp set is due for a cleaning. Where's my pencil board? This one, I'm actually going to do something a little different here because it's such a big guy. Y'all, okay. This is the second time in several days, the past few days, where my phone has stopped recording in the middle of a Play With Me video. It is absolutely so frustrating for me because it kind of moves my, it forces me to have to use an editing thing to like download, edit, export, and then import. It's a whole hassle. So I really hate editing videos, and my phone stopped recording, and we are about 30 minutes after the fact. And I don't know where we left off, but I need to wrap this up because I have things I need to be doing right now. So let me just talk through everything that I did, and hopefully this helps bridge the gap between where the recording stopped and where we are now. So what I did was I took the postcard from the Cocoa Daisy kit and I added more black to it because I wanted it to pop a little bit more. So I ran the Tombow, the black Tombow, it's an N15 pen, rubbed it again over the corners just to like saturate the paper more to get a bolder color. And then I used a glue stick, a glue, Gloo stick. This is like my favorite. It's the Kukoyu glue stick. Use that to paste this thing down. You can get this at Simple Paper Co. and Joyful 10, guys, discount code Joyful 10 over at Simple Paper Co. Really love this glue stick. It's great. It has a, I always forget which side to pull it at, but it has a square shape rather than round, which allows you to kind of get into corners, which is nice. So I glued this down and then I started to add lines. I used my Archer and Olive stencil to add lines, that same black Ohuhu fine line drawing pen in the 1 point size. I started on this side and I basically just put lines where it made sense visually for me. I knew I wanted at least 8 blocks of space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I ended up with 10. I didn't realize that. That's nice. So I can add more because I realized one other thing that I really hope to do in my 42nd year is take Esther to Disney World. So I want to make sure that's accounted for somewhere. I didn't want to do a lot of writing in this spread, but I now have plenty of space, so I can expand my thoughts if I want to. So I put down sections of lines, kind of trying to fill in spaces well. Again, that's pleasing to the eye. Like right here, I should have gone over one more set of dots because this gap is troublesome to me, or bothersome to me. It's annoying to me. For the most part, I tried to have 1 to 2 dots between sections just so that I could differentiate between what the different hopes are. And then once I did my lines, I went back with my Wintry Time splatter stamps and I just added more color. So I've added more splatter here and there just to kind of fill things in a little bit more. I might, once this is filled in with pen, I might go back and add more splatter. Maybe not. Maybe once it's written in, it will look full enough to me. But I've really enjoyed these pages looking full. There's something really satisfying about it. So actually what I ended up doing is pretty much replicating this, which is interesting in some ways. Like this is a little bit more connected and there's less stamps involved, like phrases and stuff, but very similar look where I'm adding in lines so that I can, easily know where to write. Maybe I'll add a line down here. So that's pretty much it. I'm really sorry that the video got cut off, but maybe it's for the best because nobody needs to see me draw all of these lines. Doc Grid is so handy for creative listing because it gives you that structure. It tells you, it makes it very easy to line up your ruler with dots. So that is it, guys. I think we need to call it a video. Again, I'm really tempted to add more like dashes or more splatter, but I think I just need to stop because once we add the pen and I write in it, we'll have a better understanding of how things are looking balance wise. So don't be afraid to go in after the pen and add more decorative elements if it just doesn't look balanced enough for you, because I can see these gaps here and maybe a little bit here. I could add a splatter here, but we're gonna just leave it until after I've written it. Okay, if you have any questions for me, leave them down below. I will leave my Cocoa Daisy link, my Archer and Olive link, my Layo by Mail link. If I can find a link to the Wintry Time Crafts stamp, I will leave that in the description box as well. And yeah, this was really fun. I was not planning on doing a splatter spread, but we needed to fix this. And I'm not mad at how this turned out. It turned out it turned out the way it needed to be. All right, friends, come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. What I will probably do is do a reel that shows kind of a flip of it like this, and then after the pen once I've written in it. So if you want to see how I wrapped this up, definitely follow me over on Instagram. The other thing I might do is maybe try to be mindful of is every week when I'm doing a new kind of creative list video, I will try to flip back to show you what the previous video's spread looks like, so you can see what it looks like after the pen. You guys are seeing this probably in Seattle by the time you see this, and I filmed it very closely with this one, which I haven't filled out yet. So what I've been doing is I've been setting up my list and then taking the journal into the house. And then when Esther's gone to bed and I just feel like I have a little bit of time to like write, I have this good to go and I can populate it. But here you can see this was last week's spread and I haven't filled it out yet. Although I think something is different. I think I added these numbers after the fact. So anyways, I will try to be intentional about showing you after the pen when it's done. Okay, I think we're done. We've spent enough time together, but I hope that this was fun. I hope whatever you were doing, we were able to keep each other company. And until next time, God bless you. God bless you and keep you do something creative today. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.